sana nechirongwa chemaprovincial media tours. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, the Midlands Provincial Media Tour is part of our responsibility as a ministry in order to conscientize, in order to educate, in order to inform the nation about the 8,000 projects and programs that have been achieved under the leadership of His Excellency the President, Dr. Mnangagwa. Our presence here today is part of our mandate as we seek not only to create opportunities to raise awareness and at the same time to interact with the population in terms of the responsibility of the members of the 40 state. Yes, I'm aware Midlands Province has got a lot of capacity in terms of media strategy, in terms of coverage. For the chronicles in Midlands Province are with a lot of registered projects and programs that have been successfully implemented in Midlands Province. But before I elaborate a lot in terms of the tour, which tour will take us in a number of cycles. The first cycle recognizes the importance of human capital development as part of the priorities of Vision 2030. The construction and resourcing of the Midlands State University School of Law in Muswere district is part of the decentralization and devolution of human capital development in our country. But it does not end there. The tour will include a number of smelters in Midlands Province, including the Muswere district. It will also include the processing, the mining, and the production of steel at Jenfan, which is part of an ecosystem, which ecosystem had been decimated because of the illegal sanctions that have been imposed and are still in place by the same imperialist Western countries. I'll give you a bit of explanation of how Western capitals is totally targeted the engines of our economy. Because Zimbabwe took a strategic and sovereign decision to redistribute land in order to correct a historical, racist, colonial injustice that had been perpetrated on the population of Zimbabwe for many decades, year 2000. Because of that, a lot of pieces of legislation were put in place, which still exist to this day. ZDR is still in place. Extending sanctions on the head of state and government is a direct attack on the people of Zimbabwe. By clearly targeting steel, agriculture, and many other sectors of the economy that decimated the capacity of our people and our country in terms of industrial growth. By ensuring that all these value chains are sanctioned, this ensured that investment, foreign direct investment, and domestic investment is affected in order to grow this country. I'll give you a synopsis of what used to take place. This was still used to produce 1 million plus metric tons of steel per annum. The design capacity of Mnangagwa company was to produce 600,000 tons. And we had a dedicated train that would move coal and coke from Mnangagwa all the way to Red Cliff. With the Ripple Creek mine to process iron ore. Not only that, we still have the existing limestone mines. And this produced a lot of steel, this produced a lot of jobs for our population. This was still on its own, used to employ more than 6,000 people. But there were value chains that were related to further processing of the steel, to luxury steel, to hard grant, and many other institutions. By instituting an illegal embargo, this has ensured that the entirety of the steel value chain was affected. Come 2017, under the leadership of President Mnangagwa, investors have been flocking to Cisco Steel in order to restart this whole entire value chain. So all in all, from Cisco Steel, we had value chains that employed more than 80,000 people. And because of sanctions, all this came to naught. But now, fast forward 2017, under the leadership of President Mnangagwa, billionaires have been coming to invest in Midlands province. And what will distinguish journalism from misinformation and disinformation is the capacity of journalists to be able to visit the Quaker Law School, to be able to visit Jenfan mine. The capacity that has been provided under the leadership of President Mnangagwa for members of the fourth estate to be able to interact with the general populace, for members of the fourth estate to verify, to be able to touch, to be able to tour, and to be able to be part of these value chains that is being transformed under the leadership of President Mnangagwa. All the value chains are now under a transformational phase, which phase will include the capacitation of farmers in Muswere and many other districts in Senate in order to support the ginners, the weavers, all the way until we can process the clothes that we all utilize in our country. But at the same time, part of these tours include the Amavile Drug and Substance Abuse Center, which is part of our health strategy in order to curb the abuse of drugs in our country. But part of the tours also includes a number of hotels, a number of new industrial sites that has been put in place in the new dispensation. So the new dispensation is not only register growth in terms of the GDP, but also growth and a sustainable acceleration in terms of economic empowerment. The economic empowerment also includes the land tenure, which has now been securitized, in order to ensure that we grow our own food. And as we tour, part of the tour also includes the food security capacitation in terms of the silos that is still underway. And all this great work is towards an upper middle income society by the year 2080. What distinguishes Zimbabwe from other countries is its people. For the current revolution is about intellectual capacity. The revolution that we face, the revolution that we have embarked on, is a revolution in terms of our human capital capacity. In order for us to be able to build an upper middle income society by the year 2080. Zvirango zveupfumi zvatakatemerwa muno munyika zvanga zviri zvokuparadza upfumi kuti usainde kuvanhu vatema. Zvanga zviri zvirango zveupfumi zvatakaisirwa nanhasi zvichiripo zvokuti Zimbabwe kapasiti yayo isabudirire senyika. Asi tinoziva kuti muno mukwekwe district, tinoziva kuti muno muZimbabwe mune vanhu vari industries, vari hardware. Mutungamiri wenyika watinaye akarodza pfungwa nezvimese zvinokwanisa kuita kuti Zimbabwe ibudirire. Asi pagadzwa president wedu baba Mnangagwa muna 2017 taona mainvesta akasiyana siyana achiuya muno munyika anosanganisira Jenfan mine. Iyo Jenfan mine inove one of the biggest steel producing companies in Africa. Nyika inovakwanira. Hakuna munhu achabva kunze kwenyika kuzokuranira nyika yedu. Nyika ndeyeitesa. We have a collective responsibility to build this country. We have a collective responsibility as people to work together with business. We have a collective responsibility as people to be able to resuscitate all the mines. And the president has created a magnetic investment climate which will allow Zimbabwe, which will allow industrialists, which will allow foreign direct investment to be able